Guys, can you see my screen? Hello, can you see my screen, guys?
No, guys. Oh, now visible.
So let me start my server quickly. After then we can proceed further. So let me open where it is. Yeah. So I will copy this command and that command. Okay. So your local server get executed once you start it. Now let me go to the collection. So yesterday, yeah,
Yeah, guys, yeah, yesterday collection actually we needed for that soap service.
yeah, I think I have shared. No, I have not shared.
Yes, sir. Yesterday one not sure. So,
Okay, no problem. Okay, today I will share. I think yesterday, yeah,
I think
okay,
in 2-3 collections that you make changes, no, for soap.
okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, no problem. Today I will share that. So let's try to understand how we can run this thing using the command prompt. Okay. So because why we are running using the command prompt, because it is easy to integrate with the third party service like CICD pipelines like Jenkins, Azure, in the cloud service, in the GitHub. It is easy to integrate actually. So that's why we are try to run this the whole script, the whole collection using the using the command prompt. Okay. So let me open the command prompt. So and yesterday we have also seen the sum of the command. Okay. So let's proceed further. So to execute the this particular collection, right? So I think we have discussed what are the pre-setup which you need to do, right? First you have to install the Newman and then check the Newman version, and to run the collection you have to use Newman run and the collection file. Either you can put the collection file, or either you can put the name, collection service URL, okay, which you will get it from here, right? Which you will get it from here when you go to the share collection, and when you click on here the view JSON link, it will show you the one collection URL, right? So you can run it, right? So let me execute like newman run, and the collection name means collection service name, and we also need the environment file, right? So for that I'm using -e command. -e command, it will understand that you are passing the environment file, right? So where is my environment file? Here is my environment, and this is my path of that that environment file. So I will use the double quote, and inside that I can pass the copy this thing, the name of the file, and you can pass it here, right? And along with the extension, the JSON. Okay. Now, and then I told you that to generate the report, you have to use this command npm -z newman reporter html. So what happened? It will go to the npm and install the Newman HTML report for you. Okay, it will install the, so it is one time setup actually. So whenever you start doing, right, first time, first time when you are generating the report, you have to run this particular command, and when you are executing for the second time, third time, you don't have to do, because it is one time. Okay. And this will generate one very simple command that looks like very simple HTML like that. If I go here, cd user and admin, if you go to the Newman folder, okay, okay, it is not here. basically it will generate the very simple command HTML, not in the designing thing, not in the color mode and advanced report. It looks like ugly. Okay, so that's why we need the advanced report. We need the advanced report, which we have seen yesterday, that this type of report it will generate. So this is the advanced report. Okay, give me a second. Keep make a password at administrator is the give me a second. So let me save this thing. I don't have to use this file. Give me so so you can see it will generate the advanced report which we have discussed yesterday. If you use the command, if you run this particular command npm install -z, that means it will install the things global level, right? So Newman minus reporter minus HTML extra. We are using HTML extra command here, right? So same thing here, we are using minus HTML in the command here, right? If you need advanced report, in that case you have to use minus HTML report, minus HTML report. So what you have to do, minus HTML report, something like that. HTML extra, sorry, HTML extra. So when I run this particular collection, when I run this particular collection, you can see it start executing, and uh, yeah, yeah. So created the HTML report, right? And the report get created inside this particular location. In your machine it is different, in my machine it is the different directory. So you can go here, see user admin, and here you will see that C users admin, it Newman folder will get created. If you click on the Newman folder, you can see it here 829. Yeah, this one is the latest one, right? This one is the latest one, right? You can see date wise it will get created, date wise the collection name, and the the today date, the current date, okay, and the time. So using that you can easily identify in which date. You can see it here, the report get generated. Okay, so we have already discussed this thing in yesterday class. What are the things it contain in the report, right? We have the test request, fail, and the escape, right? If you go to the test request, you can see what are the folders I have added, and inside that folder what are the requests I have added, inside the request what are the validation I have added, right? All get displayed here, all get displayed here. And the past one, and if any of the validation will get failed, then total folder will get failed. Here you can see it is whole red. If you expand this thing, then it say that particular this particular validation get failed. That if any of the validation will get failed, then your whole request will display in the red color. Even your this symbol, the the main folder also display in the green color if any of the request get failed. Okay, here you can see it display in the green color. That means all the requests which I have added inside this particular folder hierarchy, that get passed. Okay, if any of the test case get failed, like in this case one of the request get failed, right? So that's why it's showing in the red color. Okay, so where you will get all the things in detail, whatever the things you need, actually you will get it here, you will get it here. Okay, so after then we have the how I can, let's suppose you want to run any particular folder. Let's suppose you want to run only create employee folder. Okay, sorry. So what you have to do, go to the rename and copy the folder name, right? And here you can go and use the upward arrow to get the previous command. Okay, now here you have to do, here what you have to do, minus minus folder, minus minus folder. Okay, minus minus folder, and you have to pass the folder name. You have to pass the folder name, what folder you are trying to execute. Okay, so let me pass the folder name as this one, create employee, right? Create employee, right? And then execute, simply pass that particular folder name, right? And you can execute. So oh, why it gets added here? Okay, now let me execute. So you can see it's executing that particular folder or not. You can see execution get completed, and it's quite fast from the previous one because the number of requests was less. If you go here, if you go and check 833, this one is the latest one. If you go and open, oh, zero request is there. Why? Okay, let me check. Is something wrong we are doing? I think we have to pass the folder name. Let me check the command first. Minus minus folder. Yeah, correct. Okay, what I can do it here. Let me use double quote. Let me pass the things inside the double quote and then run. Let's see it executed or not, and generated the report or not. So I think it again 00. That means it's again showing as a 0. Oh, something we are doing wrong here. Let me again, what I can do, let me mention that thing after the, let me mention that thing, mention the folder name after the environment name. I think what I can do it, let's try minus minus folder. Okay, and then let me pass create employee, and let's see it's executed or not. It again showing as 00. What is the issue? 27 kV. Yeah, again it's showing some mistake we are doing. Okay, let me do that one thing. Instead of mm, something we are doing wrong, so let me use like that and run. Okay, so unknown option, HTML raw, folder. Let me check the folder name, folder, and folder name specify a single folder to run a collection. Yeah, I have mentioned the single folder name. Let me 1 second. Let me try to debug this thing why it's not executed. What I'm doing here, I'm not using the report. again showing 00. We are doing wrong. Minus E is correct, right? After when minus minus folder, okay, and then you have to pass the folder name. Folder name is this one. Let me pass inside the double quote and run. Let's see it's executed or not. Quote, let me pass. I hope. Give me a second. Let me copy this code, close this thing, open the new command key. Okay, so I have copied. Let me check. I have copied the right folder name or not. Rename, and folder name is create employee. And what is the command? Minus e and folder name. Okay, okay. So got it. I get the issue where we are doing the mistake actually. So what I can do is here, let me again execute. Okay, it's again not working. I think it seems like we don't have to use the square bracket. I seems like, let me execute. We are using the wrong command. Yeah, now you can square bracket, right? So when let me go, and here I can use ht minus r html extra, okay, and let me use remove the square bracket for the from the folder, okay, simply pass the folder name, okay, and let me execute. Right, so you can see it here, it get executed successfully when you go to, and this one is the folder 840, right? I will click on that. You can see 27. You can see the count here, it decreased from the previous one. When we go here, can you see it here, only create folder get executed one time. You can execute one folder, you can't pass the multiple folder name here, right? One time you can execute one folder, either do not pass the folder, so it will, so that it will execute all. Okay, now let's suppose you want to execute multiple time. In the postman it was very easy to do that. If you go to the collection, run collection, here you can see the iteration. If you put it here any value like 2 3 4 5, right, so it will execute your collection that number of times, right? But how you can achieve this thing using the command prompt, so let me do that. I can what I can do, okay, let me retain the html folder name, and here I can go and write the command. I think minus r minus n we are using, or what, minus n we are using for the iteration. Okay, so what command I can use? Minus n 2, minus n 2, like that. Okay, and let me execute minus n, and you have to pass the number of count, like which you want to execute. You can see it here. It get executed. Earlier it was 4, and you can see I have executed 2 times, so it's showing 4 into 2, that is 8 requests. If you go here and check, you can see it here. The iteration is 2. Earlier the iteration was, if you go to the summary, the iteration was 1 and total request was 27. And here you can see now the iteration gets changed and the total assertion is 54. 27 into 2, that is 54, right? So if you go here, if you go to the total request, here you can see for the first iteration and for the second iteration, if you execute n number of times, so it will create the table here, right? And if you go and you can see separate iteration having the separate the number will get generated here, you can see. Okay, if you want to execute this particular request, right? If you want to execute this particular request, let's suppose 4 times. Okay, so what I'm doing here, execute this particular command for the 4 times. You can see it get executed 4 into 4, that is 16, right? So if I go it, let me close all the things and let me open the new one. So if I open here, you can see their total iteration is 4, and here you can it's loading actually. So let's complete the loading. It's still loading. Okay, here you can see the first, second, and third and fourth. Okay, first, second, third, and fourth, right? Because you have executed for the 4th time, right? Now the thing is how you can run this thing using the CSV file, the data file. In Postman, using the runner, it was very simple to do that. We can select the select file and you can choose that particular file. Okay, and then you can execute, right? So let's suppose we are selecting data variable, and here if you go to the preview, there are tiger sing 123, right? One variable is there, right? So have you noticed here when you go to the create, and here it's taking the first name, the para it's not fetching the value, it's simply taking as a string. Why? Because here in the request I'm getting this particular value from the CSV file, this particular variable, sorry, yeah, this one. That's why, right? So you want to execute this thing using the CSV, right? You have mentioned your data into the CSV file, right? So in that case, what you have to do, okay, so in that case, that's simple. You have to use the -d command. Let me remove the number of iteration. -d command, -d command, and you have to pass the file location. Where is your CSV file is located? So my CSV file is located inside the I think where it is located, let me check. So go to the D drive, yeah, and here Postman PDF material and document, and yeah, this one is my CSV file. Okay, so let me copy the path of that, and here let me pass the path name, and here you can pass the file name. The file name you have to pass. What is the file name? This one is the file name, right? So we'll take the file name, right, and we'll go here and pass it here, right? And we are using the CSV. If you use JSON, then you have to pass .json. Right now the file is in the form of CSV, comma separated, right? CSV file, right? So in that case you have to mention here the csv, right? And then you can execute. Let's see it's work or not. -d you have to use. If you go -d you have to mention. Okay, it executed, and you can see that here it gets successfully executed. If you go here, the user admin, and so this path is, in your case this path is different, guys, so do not get confused where the report gets generated. Okay, so check the default directory and go to that default. In my case, C user admin. In when you go there, Newman folder will get created here, right? And inside the Newman folder, report gets generated. Okay, so this is my latest file which get executed. Here you can see, right? I have executed for one time. So if I go it here, and here if you go it here, get employee, now you can see, are you can you see it here, sing 123. So it's getting the data from the CSV file, d CSV file. For that you have to use -d and the CSV file path.
Because first name we were taking from Excel file.
Sorry, no,
Or
first name we are taking from I think from the pre-request. From here we are taking, yeah, from here we are taking. Okay, only last name we are taking from the CSV file.
okay.
Okay, now, okay, so this thing is done. Like you can run the things using the command prompt, right? So these all are the important command which we are using actually, which we are using now. You have to run this thing using the Jenkins. Okay, so what is the Jenkins actually? So Jenkins is the if you go and type Jenkins. Okay, so Jenkins is the open source, the automation server, right, which is used to deploy the project, which is act like a CICD, continuous integration and the continuous deployment. That means the, let me close this thing, do not save. Okay, so Jenkins is just like the CICD. In Jenkins, what we are doing here, we are creating the pipeline, right? Whenever developer develops the things, right? We have to do the regression testing, right? So that we can ensure the things, anything is not get broken, correct? So anything we have, it's not get broken. So in that case, what we are doing here, we integrated our project with the Jenkins, right? And whenever the new build comes, so we are running our pipeline basically. We are running our pipeline, and in the Jenkins, using the Jenkins, using the Jenkins, we are generating the report actually. Okay, so if you go here, so I think I have already shared the document how you can install the Jenkins, right? So the local host portal is 8080, right? Here I have to put the password. If you are using the admin one, then you have to put admin, and this is my password. Okay, and let's try to log in. Oh, I think I have copied the space as well. So it depends on the company to company, right? Some of the company they are using Jenkins for the CI/CD. Some of the company they are using what do you say, Azure. Some of the companies are using Azure, right? So we have different CI/CD tool. If you go here, CI/CD tool. If you type CI/CD, CI, right? If you go and type CICD tool, here you can see yeah, here you can see the CICD tools, continuous integration and the continuous deployment. continuous integration and the continuous deployment, right? So continuous integration means when the requirements comes, right? So developers start building the things, right? They start working on the requirement, right? So they when the things are get completed, they are committing the things, they are merging the things, right? And when they commit the things, when the new build come, now what happened, the execution will start automatically, right? So the continuous integrate and continuous deployment. Okay, so you don't have to, if you use the CICD, you don't have to, it's the totally independent work. You don't have to dependent on anything, right? So you can see in the market, there are the multiple CICD tools are available. Jenkins, Circle CI, AWS, Azure, DevOps, right? You can see these all are the, if you go here, 7 popular tool in the, here you can see Circle CI, Git, GoCD is one also, and Jenkins is the one also. So you can see there are multiple CI/CD tools available in the market. So it depends on your project, which CI/CD we are using in your project. Here you can see Azure and Bamboo, the Jenkins, right, and Bitbucket. These all are the CI/CD tool, right? So AWS, right? So these all are the CI/CD tool. Here you can see the diagram. This is a totally the difference concept, like the CI/CD tools, the Jenkins. It's another like 15 days and 30 days course actually to understand the whole concept actually. Okay. CICD flow. If I explain you the one basic diagram, CICD flow. Let me open CICD flow diagram. Uh, mm, let me take. Let me take. Mm, let me take this one. Here you can see when the code is ready, right? So developer are building the project, they are committing the things, right? And the tester, it's moved to the testing, and the tester are testing. When testing is completed, then they are deploying the things, they are deploying the things, right? So implemented the things, build the thing, then test the project. When testing get completed, then deploy the things, then merge the things in the master or in the production, right? So that is the CICD concept actually, in short. So if you I can explain you some more diagram. Here let me see. Here you can see. Let me see this one also. Here you can see the CI/CD flow, the code, right? And the code is ready. Then developer are what he is doing, the building the product, right? Then they are doing the unit testing. The developer are doing the unit testing, right? Then they store the artifact, get the artifact. This is the development stuff. Then they deploy the things. They deploy the things. Then the tester start doing the testing. The tester start doing the testing, then whatever the result, based on that they merge the thing in the production. Okay, when again the new things comes, right? Again code, they start coding, building the project, they start doing the unit testing, then create the artifact, then deploy the things, then test the product, the tester will test the product, then we merge the things. Okay, if you go here, and same concept you can see it here also, the continuous delivery, right? Continuous delivery versus continuous deployment here. developer develop the project, then application, the tester will test the project, like application test, integration test, acceptance test, then production test, right? So this is the, automatically, this is the continuous deliver, right? So when the, in the acceptance side it is working fine, everything is done right, then we are, deploying the things into the server. Into the server means whatever the server we have, we are deploying the things either in the acceptance server or production server, right? So we are deploying the things basically. So if you go and check some more other diagram, everywhere you can see,
So this is also basically like automation server, right?
yeah, we the same thing we are all, this thing is also happening in the development side, and the same thing we are also doing in the, testing side. In the automation side, in the performance testing, right? So this concept is same, only, the layer will get changed. If you are using, instead of Jenkins you are using some other tool, then only layer will get changed, and based on that layer they will create the designing actually. Here you can see it here, it's not loaded completely. Yeah, here you can see, any like circle CI, or this one, this icon is, I don't remember which icon is this. Okay, so code, right? They start coding, then unit testing is done, right? Then building the product, then store the code, then get that code, then deploy the things, then we are testing the things, then it's deployed, on the server. So continuous integration is happening and continuous deployment is happening. Continuous integration means the, requirements come, they start writing the code, they start doing the testing, and they start store the code, then get that code and deploy the things on the server, right? Then the tester is doing the testing, right? And then the deployment is happening on the, deliver to the whatever the server you want, right? So they deployed on that basically. So this whole cycle is running. If you go and check this diagram, let's try to look at this
So you mean
diagram.
in each stage of this Jenkins plays a part? Even developers also use this for the
Yeah, yeah.
integration.
Developer are also using to create the pipeline, to create the project. Whenever, the coding is done by the developer, they are, they deploy the project, right? Now using the Jenkins, when they deploy the things, it will get reflected into every server. Whatever the server they have mentioned, it will get reflected. Here you can see the building is happening here, right? So you can see it here, the developers, these all are the developers, they are using the, committing the code on the version control as a git, right? The git they are used, right? So it is integrated with the docker is one registry actually, and that integrated with the Jenkins, right? The Jenkins, when the, the developer has deployed the things, it will go to the, the staging QA environment, staging environment, and the production environment, then the user can use. It's totally depends on the layer which you have added. So here you can see they are added the multiple layer like Docker and the AWS concept, right? It's totally depends on the stuff what they have used. Okay. So, Suvendu, can you share your screen, because I have to create the pipeline in your Jenkins, or anyone can share if you have set up the Jenkins in your machine.
I share.
Yeah. So I will try to set up the things there.
Is it visible?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so
How to give you control like it?
no problem. You can do it, no problem. So go and you can see one option, create a job here. Create a job on the middle of the window, middle of the page. Okay, so click on the create job. Okay, it's loading, no problem.
It's taking little bit time.
Yeah.
It is asking to enter a name, right? When we click on that, enter an item name.
Actually, I have logged in before now, so it is asking again.
So have you run the command in your local machine?
Which command?
The command which we are running to run the collection.
No, not that.
Okay, no problem. So click on the freestyle, put the name here, put the name here, the name which you want, put it here.
Freestyle.
Freestyle project, yeah, the top one, freestyle project. Just wait, it's loading.
I created new one.
Generally this setup is done by the lead person in your project. So basically, so this whole setup will done by your lead in your team. So uh, you don't have too much more worry if you want to learn the Jenkins, because the Jenkins is a huge concept, right? So in as part of this class I will only show you how you can integrate actually. Okay. So when you create that the project, here you can see uh, yeah, here you can see see the different tabs are there. The general, source code management, build trigger, build environment, build, and post build action, right? So in the description you can put the description. Okay, whatever the description you want, you can put it here. You can put it here. Right. So before that, can you run the command? Let me provide you the command, and can you run that command in your local machine so that after then we can run that thing into in your Jenkins. Let me provide you the command. I hope it will work if you have set up the things. So this is the command which I have provided you.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, sir. Tell
Like
me.
in day-to-day life, I use like Azure DevOps for pipelining and CI/CD operations.
Mhm.
Okay, so is there is if some pipelines are created in the Jenkins, can we import
Mhm.
those pipelines directly to the Azure DevOps or some other pipelining or CI/CD tools?
Yeah, yeah, you can integrate actually. So here you can see, yeah, I have shown you one diagram here. In this diagram here, you can see they have used the Jenkins, right? And they have also used the register as a Docker hub, right? And they have after the GitHub, they are running the things in the here you can see Azure and the AWS. Okay, so it's totally depends on the things which layer you are using. I think you can integrate the things. Okay.
So this yesterday collection I have not imported in my machine. So
Okay, no problem. Made the required changes. What are the required for this one?
okay, yeah, we can
Copy
try.
this thing. Copy this thing into the notepad. Copy into the notepad and make the required changes, because the path which I have given in the command, that is my local machine path.
Just posting machine.
So could you please open your Postman? So which collection you are running, sir? Which collection is up to date and running you are in your machine? Which one you are using?
I think this collection. These are all imported one.
Okay, so have you started your server?
Yes, I have. I need to check.
Okay, let me actually, in my case, the Jenkins is totally blocked actually. So that's why I have used your machine. Let me do that one thing. I'm creating one collection and sharing with you guys. The collection. Give me a second. I'm sharing you one collection. You can run that collection. And then let me execute. Give me a second. So what I can do, edit here. Give me a second. Verify. Guys are not practice. The things are not updated. Let me go to the run collection and run. Okay,
Gosh, I
so
have run this query in my command yesterday. Shall I, if you need, shall I share
yeah,
my
yeah,
screen?
you can, ma'am. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead, ma'am.
So, are you able to view my screen?
Not. Yeah, I can. I can.
Okay, so I have taken this JSON link and copied
Mm-hmm.
it now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me run this.
Yeah. And
And completely right, the environment thing also completely.
yeah, file name you have to pass it here. And the test
Yes,
file.
I'm just, yeah. Okay. So, it's
Dot JSON, the file
JSON,
extension.
yeah. Yes, yes.
Right. No, in capital, no, capital. Sorry, in small, up in lowercase.
Okay, okay. And HTML also, Vikash?
No, and write minus R.
Okay.
I think you have run the command
Yes, yes.
for the HTML,
I
right?
have,
So
yes,
okay,
yes,
no
yes.
problem then.
I
Minus
have plugged
R,
in already.
minus R,
Okay.
minus R, HTML extra, space,
Yeah, yeah,
HTML
yeah.
extra.
Yes.
And the server is started. Which servers you are using?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
I'm
now you
using
can
this one.
start. Okay, fine then.
Okay.
Okay, you can.
Yeah, I have hit enter. Just a bit.
Yeah, no problem. So you are executing. So let's see what happens. The everything looks good. Sorry, the Newman
Actually,
running
yesterday I
and
have ran the same this collection and successfully I was able to get the report. Let's see.
okay, no problem. Okay, sometime it will take.
Because, but okay, yeah.
Okay, now you go to the where is your
That
C
folder, yeah,
users
yeah.
Veda. Yeah, you
Yes,
can go
yes.
to that particular folder, and the report will get generated there.
In
C
Newman,
user. Yeah, in
yeah.
Newman folder. Yeah,
Uh,
Newman.
so
The
today's date.
latest
This is
one.
the latest one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You can open that one. You can see the file name and with the current date and time. Yeah, you
Change
can
to the.
see. So we are not discuss the failed one. Okay, so you can resolve. Okay. Now the report gets generated, right? Correct. Now open the Jenkins. Open the Jenkins. Open the Jenkins. Okay. Create the project here. Okay. Put the description here.
Uh, it is user
Put the
defined, right? I can
description.
give something.
Yeah. It's up to
Okay.
you which custom
Okay.
message you want to print.
Okay. Whatever.
Okay, so this particular option, the checkbox, like there is one option, GitHub project, right? So let's suppose your all the changes, the collection things and the related file you have stored in the GitHub location. Okay, you have created the repository, and inside the GitHub you have store all the things, your collection, your environment file, your CSV file. So basically, if in your project, if they are using, generally they are using, and 95%, even 100%, they will in your project they will use the GitHub, right? So what you have to do in if they are using GitHub, then you have to select the GitHub project. Select the checkbox GitHub project. Select the checkbox GitHub project. Yeah.
Should I
If
do?
you
But we haven't stored, right?
no problem. Okay, so when you select the project, and I think, have you seen the URL when I did you have the GitHub account?
Yes, I have.
Okay, open the GitHub here.
Actually, I have saved it also.
Simply you can type GitHub, it will display the login
Oh,
page. Okay, click anyone, the sign in. It will ask you to enter the credential, I think.
credentials. Let me try.
Yeah, sign in.
Not sure actually which one I have given. Let me give it a try.
Okay, no problem. Let me share my screen quickly.
Okay.
And so let me open the GitHub. Okay, so GitHub, and here you can see you have created the repository. If anything you want to store, right? So let's suppose you created one repository. Okay, you created the repository. Okay, you can see it here. Okay, let me explain you how you can give me the rough idea. Let's suppose I'm creating one repository. This is your GitHub, clear? Right now, what you have to do, this thing is generally set up by your team lead, your the senior person. Okay, you don't have to worry, but let me explain you how you can do that. Okay, so okay, let me create one repository. Let's suppose where I can create, so new repository. Okay, so I'm creating the new repository inside the honor Savikas. Okay, so like I'm giving test project, test project. So the test project is available. Okay, here you can put the description. Okay, test description, and make it as a public. Okay, create the repository. The repository get created, right? So whatever the basically the GitHub is created to to store all the coding related works and the files, whatever the things, the project related things, to for the execution, right? So that we can put it here, right? We can put it here. Okay, so we have created the repository. Okay, my repository name is test project, and this is the URL for that particular HTTP URL. This is your project URL now, the GitHub URL, HTTP GitHub savikas and the test project.git. Okay, so what you have to do, you can also add your things, your files by using the create new file and upload the existing one, right? So but this is not the ideal way. In the real time, what we are doing, we are using the command prompt to do that. Okay, so first step, if you are using the GitHub, okay, if you are using the GitHub in your project, if you are using the GitHub, right, if you are using the GitHub to store the things, to GitHub is just like a version control system, where if you go and type GitHub, here you can see, you will get the detail. What is the GitHub basically? You can see the version control, where you can put all the project related works. Okay, so you can see it here. So you can, I think you can go into that and you can learn more what is the GitHub works actually. Let's try to understand. Basically, this is the version control system. If in the interview they will ask you which version control you have used, then you can say you have used the GitHub, where you have stored all the project related works. You have stored all the project related work which are required to do the execution. We have used the GitHub, right? So I have created the GitHub account here, and this GitHub account will provided by the client. You don't have to worry. Even the repository you will not create. This is the totally higher management thing. Your team lead or your client will create the repository. You don't have to worry about that. Okay. Now, after creating the repository, let's suppose you are working in the new project. You are working in the new project, and what the client will do, they will provide you this URL and they will ask you clone this URL into your local machine, right? So first thing is clone. Whatever the URL, let's suppose this is the URL which you are using for your repository, right? So clone this URL. Okay, for the cloning, clone. Okay, so how you can clone, so we have the command git clone and pass the name, pass the URL, pass the HTTP request URL here. In your case it is different, right? So do not pass mine. Okay, in your case it will be different in your project. Okay, so how you can achieve the first step? This is the step one, right? This is the step one. This is the step one, right? What you can do, go to your in your project laptop, in your client laptop, whatever the machine you are using. Okay, select any particular folder, select any particular directory. Okay, and then you can go and create here, let's suppose I'm creating one project folder. Inside the project folder, I'm creating one here, Postman project. Give the some proper name here. So I'm giving the Postman project. Okay, Postman project. Here I'm giving the name as a Postman project, right? And go here, and if you go and right click, here you will see the Git bash here. Now the question is how you will get this option, the Git bash, right? In your case, all the things are set up by the client actually. How they are doing the setup? So here you will get Git bash. If you type Git bash download, you have to download this particular and click on download for the window and download for the window, right? After downloading get completed, you have to install that thing, right? After installing, you will get this two option to run the to run the git command. If you right click, I'm not sure it's displaying or not. If you right click, can you see these two option?
Yes.
So I think in your machine it is already there. If you don't have, so you have, let me provide you this link. Okay, let me provide you this link so that, okay, so I have provided the link, right, to download the git bash. Using the git bash, you are running the command actually. Okay, this is the third party tool. You can see it here, build tool, where we are building the things. Okay, so you have to download, right? In if it is downloaded, right, then it's no need to do that. Right click and here click on the git bash here. git bash here, you know, the command prompt will get open. Okay, now here you have to write the command to complete the first step. The first step, right? Here you have to write the command git clone, git clone, and you have to pass the URL name, what URL you are using, the client has provided you, this one, right? So I will copy this one and will go here. Where is my git bash? Here, right? I will pass it, means sorry, I will paste it here, paste it, right? Git clone and the URL and enter. So when you enter, it will clone your project. It's showing me the message your project have cloned and it is an empty repository. Right now it is empty repository. Yes, it is empty because nothing is there. If in your project, if anything, you know, is there, the files are there, the Java file or, you know, collection file or the environment file are already there, then it will show you that particular file. And if you go to that particular folder which we have created, here you can see, if you click on the test project, here you can see the git is there, git folder will get created. I have only created the postman project, and inside that I have not created the test project. This thing is come when I run the command git clone, and here the test project is coming because your project name, the repository name is, if you go here, the repository name is test project. So that means it gets cloned in your local machine. It get cloned in your local machine. If there is any project, let's suppose I have, let's suppose I'm using the different different file. Let's suppose a different repository in which I have the file. So let's suppose I'm using this particular repository, test postman test scenario. Okay, this is my repository. Okay, so if you go here, so if anything is added, right, so it will looks different. The things are added here, right? If you go to the code section, you have to click on here, or either you can manually copy. You will, if you click on here, it will get copied, right? Go to open the git bash, open the git bash. Okay, open the git bash, and here you can type here, go to the here, let's suppose inside the postman project I want to clone that particular things, right, that particular repository. If I go hit here again, type git clone, and paste that git URL and enter. You can see earlier it was showing empty repository. Now in this particular project, you can see these all are the files are there, 100% get completed. If you go there, this one, this is my new repository. You can see the file. You can see the file. The two-way. And if you are working on the fresh project, then the repository is empty. Then you have to clone the things and you have to add the things. Okay. If the things are already added, then you have to clone. Right now, in this repository, you have to add your project related stuff. Okay. What you can do, it here. What are the environments file we are using? Let me copy paste there. Go to my online classes. Okay, online classes and material API document, and I will copy the file which are related, these two files, right? I will copy that particular file and will go to where is the project, inside the postman project, inside the test project I will add it. Or you can create one more folder here and you can add inside that. It's up to you how you are designing. Okay, so I have added, and let me do one more thing. I'm putting the collection file also, the collection file. Go here and export and export. Okay, so override. If you go to if you go here, where it is, yeah, this one, right? Copy this thing, and I will go. I will go to the where, yeah, project and Postman project inside this folder and paste it here. So this is your collection file. This is your environment file. No, this one is not right. We have used the wrong. Yeah, this one is yours, right. So you have used the environment file, collection file, and the CSV file, right? Now what you can do it here. So first step is complete, right? You have the clone the thing. Now whatever the things you have added, now check the status. Step 2, check the status. Check the status. How you can check the status? Git status. You have to write the command git status. Okay, so I will go here, git bash here, and write it here, git status. Git status. You can see it here, no commit yet, and it is in the files are showing, the files which I have added, it is in the red color. That means that file is not committed. That file is not committed inside the git repository, right? So you have, the git status will simple show you the status, what are the file is not added. It's simple show you the status, right? Now after checking the status, right, the git status is basically if you want to add any additional thing, or you want to remove any other thing before committing the thing. This is just like to verify the things, the git status. Okay, what we can do after that, we have the third step, step 3. The step 3 is the step 3 is you have to commit the things. Git sorry, you have to add git dot add, git dot add. Okay, so it will add all the files into that particular repository. Okay, add the file git.
One question here, because
Yes sir.
like we copied here in this folder all three files, then why in step 2 it is showing not committed?
No, this is right now you have added, but this thing is not committed inside your GitHub. Inside your GitHub, actually, this thing still it is in your local machine, not in the GitHub account.
Okay.
Which folder we have created?
Uh, Postman test.
So more. Oh, I have multiple one.
You can check from URL.
Yeah, I can check it from URL also. The URL is also not. Let me search. I think is project. I think here is project. Here you can see. Okay, let me copy the URL. Oh, I have already copied here. You can see nothing is get added here. Even if you paste the thing manually into that particular pro folder also, you have to commit the things, right? So let me go here and give me a second. Okay, so for the git we are using this command. Actually we have used wrong command. To add the file you have to use this particular command, git add all. Okay, so you will go to the git bash right here. You where it is, let me close this one and open this one. You can see I have written the wrong command, that's why it's not showing. So I have to use this command paste. What happened? Let me add git add minus all. Let me again do that. We are using the wrong command. Git add minus all. I think one slash or two slash. I think it is two slash. Add minus minus all. Yeah, you can see it get added, and when you check the status, can you see it is showing in the green color? Right now it get added. Now you have to commit the things. After that you have to commit. Fourth step is commit the code. Okay, how you can commit? We have the command git commit and the message which you want. If you want any message, then you can write the message. Okay, let me check I have written the correct command or not. Yeah, fine. So what I can do, git commit -m, and let me add the message, added the folder, added the file, added the collection related file. You can pass any custom message and you can see. So that file data variable tst and test update, it get committed. Now the next step is you have to the step 5 is you have to push the changes. What command you have to use? Git push. Okay, so you can use it here, git push. Now it get pushed into your master branch, right? And if you go here and check into the GitHub, now if you refresh this page, can you see all the files get added? All the files get added here, right? Now if you want to use this file, if you want to take the latest changes, so what is the command for that? So you have to use git pull. If you want to check all the latest changes, you want to let the new team member come and he wants to take the latest changes, then what command he has to use? Git pull. Git pull. Okay, when he use git pull, then he will get the latest pull actually. Okay, so let me add it here. The step 5 is, step 6 is, if you need updated repo, then you have to use the command git push. Okay, so let me share with you guys so that you have the reference. Okay,
Push, git pull or push?
where? Okay, sorry, my bad, it is git pull. Okay, you can use this command. Okay, so yeah, I was there. Sorry, I split the things actually. Yeah, so if you are using the Git project, right, in the Jenkins, then this path you have to copy and into your Jenkins and select the Git project, and you have to pass that project path. Now you can share your screen, madam.
Yeah, sure.
That so that Jenkins part we will do later. No.
No, right now we will do. So I was just giving you the high levels of the things how you can commit the code in the
Because you're
into
able
the
to
GitHub.
view my screen.
Yeah. So here
So
you
you
have
are,
to,
yeah.
yeah, here here you have to in your project, if you are all the things are into the GitHub, then here you have to pass that URL, the GitHub project URL, right? So in your project, if you are using right now, we are not use that one. We can uncheck this checkbox. Uncheck this checkbox. We have, okay, and then you can go to the advanced option. Go to the advanced option. At the right side, you can see. Yeah. Here you have to select the, if you want to run the things in your local machine, you have to select use custom workspace checkbox at the bottom. Yeah, this one. Yeah, select that one, and then here you have to pass the path. So the path you have to write it here. Go to the C user app data roaming. Actually, you have to go. Where is your app data roaming? Where is your
Let,
Newman folder is created?
yeah, let me
App
check.
go roaming folder, app data folder.
Newman is created here, but I
No,
couldn't
no,
see any other.
not the report one, not the report one. First, go to the location we users and Vedant, right? This is that
Yeah,
folder, right?
yeah.
And
Yes, yes,
then
this is the.
can you see it here? Uh, app data here.
Data. No, Vikash.
No,
No, I couldn't see anything like that.
give me a second. So let me check at mine actually. See users admin. Can you go and something is hidden? Go to the view section. A view at the top. At the top,
Oh, okay. Um,
view, view.
okay.
Actually, it is hidden folder. Select the hidden item. Select the hidden item checkbox. The third option it is hidden
Okay.
items.
Yeah, yeah.
And here you can see the app data is there.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, you can go it here and roaming go. You can go inside the roaming, and then you have to go inside the I think npm. We are running the
Okay.
things using the npm. Go to the npm
Yes.
node module, and then you have to, here you can see html extra newman get created, right? JSON server is created, the command which we have run. Okay, so here it get created, the folder one, the template get created. Okay, now go to the newman bin folder. Here you can see these two using these two file, they are running the newman. Actually, this is the newman file. Using that file, actually they are running. What we can do, what are the full files you are using, put that files here. What are the files you are using, like environment file, JSON file, you can put it here.
Yeah. Okay.
Copy
Let me
where
copy
we
this
have,
path first.
yeah.
Because how long will it take?
5 minutes, ma'am.
Because today is festival Ganesh Chaturthi and time is
No problem, ma'am. You can watch the recording actually. Is it
no
fine? Only
recording. I
10
don't
minutes I
want
will
to
take.
watch because I want to see what is being done.
Okay. I will take another 5 minutes, ma'am. Give me 5 minutes only. Okay. So copy that environment file,
Oh, you need that
because
environment. Okay.
after that we have next Saturday or Sunday we have the class for the interview and the question and the topics which are pending. So that's why I want to finish that thing today.
Okay, so you will post in the group here,
Yeah,
like
yeah, group.
when you will be
I will
taking.
post the things in the group actually when I will take the the pending things, like the interview things are pending and the resumes are the pending and the some of the question which you asked me, that I will cover in the interview question. Okay.
Okay, okay, and that document also you'll be sharing, right?
Yeah, I will share one zip file where I will add all the related files, the GitHub files and Jenkins file and the command and the collection environment JSON file. I will share one zip file. Inside that zip file you will get all the things. Okay.
Vikash, so this is an environment. Any other thing you want me copy? Only the environment thing,
No,
right?
no, copy the environment file from here where it is your environment.
This is the environment file.
Yeah, copy that one.
Oh, okay.
Copy and go to the node module, the Jenkins npm folder. Ma'am, if you again copy, that will overwrite.
Oh, actually, you want to copy the path of the environment file,
No, no,
or
no. I need that file actually. You have to paste it there.
oh, okay. Then I will copy
Then you
this
have to
and
go manually actually. That
okay, okay, I got it.
user, okay,
App
and
data
app data. Yeah, app
is
data,
roaming
roaming, roaming, and
npm.
then npm, npm node module, and Newman,
Bin.
and bin folder,
Yes.
and then you can paste that file. And for the collection we are using the the URL, so you don't have to pass the file here. Okay, so that's it.
Okay.
Now you can go to your copy this path, the path. Yeah, copy this path, go to your Jenkins, go to
Okay.
your Jenkins, pass that path here up to bin folder. Yeah, fine. Now pass the name here and any name, display name. Yeah, pass the name, any name. Okay. Now nobody ignore this message. Ignore. Now you will get the option source code management. If you are using the Git, then you have to select Git. Right. So right now we are running in our local machine. So you can click on the Git radio button. So here you have to pass the repository URL, right? It's simple. Just you have to pass the repository URL where your folder, all the files are. So for now, you can select as a none.
And these credentials are not required if you're
No, if in
using
your
the.
project they are using the credential, like the Git credential, then you have to pass. Okay, this thing is set up by your team lead or your client, or you can set up because the credentials and all the repository they know only. Okay, so now you have to select, go to the go down, go and select build as a click on the drop down, add build setup, execute window batch command. If you are running window, then you have to select window batch command, otherwise execute shell for the Mac machine. So select window batch command.
I have selected, but it's not displaying here. I have selected Vikash. Maybe.
Okay, can you save this thing? Click on save.
No valid prompt was included in the request.
Okay, open the again. Open again. Open this Jenkins again. Reload. Yeah, you have
Should
to.
we fill this again, Vikash?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, not a problem.
And select the advanced option. Advanced
Yeah.
option.
Okay.
You want to select advanced option. And
Use
use
custom
custom
site. Yeah.
and pass the name here. The directory.
Spacing.
No, directory path.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Now pass the name here. Right. Now go to the build section. Go down and select add build step. Select the window
Yeah.
batch command.
Okay. Now it's
And
coming.
now write it here. Node. Right here node. We will use the help of node. Newman run. Now copy that command which I have you are running in the command from. Copy that command which you are using in the command from. Copy that
Yeah.
command. After the Newman, yeah, fine.
This is correct,
Yeah,
right?
you have
After that,
to move the the file location C drive. Just pass the file name only, and also remove the double quote.
okay. You don't want me to pass this name, file name, environment name?
Only file name. Only file name. You
Okay.
can pass it.
Okay.
Remove the double quote as well.
Okay. Don't want this
Pass the
location,
only
right? I
file.
have to.
No, no, no,
Yeah,
no,
I'm
no.
deleting the
Because
C and Postman
yeah, including the double
and
quote.
double quotes. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and right.
Yes, Vikash.
Now minus I have provided you one command here in the chat box. Go there. So from here you have to copy minus d. We are not using the CSV file. Minus r you can copy. Minus reporter you can copy from minus reporter. Yeah, add
Okay.
the int. Yeah, copy this one.
Oh, sorry. I'm
Yeah,
pasting it here.
paste and remove the minus HTML extra because we already used
Okay.
that command. Yeah, up to minus r. Yeah, remove it. Okay,
Yes, I
so
removed Vikash.
node Newman run minus add HTML extra minus HTML. Okay, now fine. Now go to the post build action, the last step, the post build action.
Okay.
Now here you can select the publish JUnit test result.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. now here you can in the field you can pass the message like which you are give me a second, let me send you. Yeah, pass this name,
This one,
copy
Vikash?
the last one I have, said. Yeah, yeah, copy this one. Yeah, here you can pass it. Okay, now you can save.
Okay.
Now you can save. Okay, it gets saved. Now your configuration is done. Now here you can see build now option is there. Build now. If you click on build now, click on that. You can see your single time you have to click. Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Leave it. So your execution get started, right? It will take some time. Now you can see it here. Your execution is started. Your execution get started. In the real time, we are generally not manually clicking on the build now. It is we are using the trigger. We are using the trigger. Let's suppose every day you want to execute, we have the one option build trigger. You have to write it there, the regular expression, and that particular time it will get executed. You don't have to manually do that. So after executing, it will generate the file, the HTML report with this data. Okay, it get failed. Can you click on the link one, the hashtag one, the link? Yeah, can
Which
you
one, Vikash? I don't understand.
hashtag one?
Oh,
Click on
okay.
that, the link. Has one, not two. You have to click on one.
I can go back, right? Or will it
Yeah,
leave them?
go back, and you have to click on one.
Yeah, Baren.
Click on one. Yeah, and go to the
Yes.
console output.
Okay.
Here you can see it get executed, right? But it is not in the readable format, right? So it is just
Yes.
like the console. Here you can see it get all executed, right? Go up, and you have to find where the report gets generated. Go
Yes,
up,
Vikash.
madam.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
already up.
go back to the project. Click on back to project. Click on back to project.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, and here you will see a workspace. Go to the workspace. Here you can see whatever the files they are using. You can see the newman.js, the test environment, and util. These all are in the bin
Yeah.
folder, right?
Yeah.
And the newman folder get created. Click on the newman folder, the top one. Here you can see the report get generated. You have executed 2 times, so 2 report get
Yes.
generated, right? If you right click, if you open this report, simply click on that first.
Okay. This is a recent one. I think both. Okay.
Click on that particular HTML report.
They I have open.
So it will display in the very weird view actually, not in the
Yeah.
proper way actually, right? So how you can view in the the perfect way? Go back, go back, and right click on that HTML file. Right click, and here save as link. Yeah, save this file.
Okay.
Anywhere you can save it.
Okay.
Anywhere you can save it. Done. Now you can
Yes.
see it get downloaded when you open. You can see it here. Report get generated, right? Correct.
Yes.
So this is the way. If you go to the go back, and here go to the configure. Go to configure. If you go to the build trigger, here let's suppose if you go to the build trigger, if you manually right now what we are did manually, we click on the build now, right, and the build get executed. But in the real time, we are the client are set up the build trigger, like you want to execute every time. If you go to the build periodically option, select the checkbox build periodically.
Where it is? You're saying in build environment or
No,
oh,
go
build
build
trigger.
trigger. Go to the build
Okay.
trigger. Here you will see the option.
Build periodical. Yeah.
Here, if you select, yeah, select that option. Here you have to write the regular expression. Actually, regular expression. Actually, if you click on the question mark corresponding to that op. No, no, not this one. Is not. I think. Yeah, this one. Click on the lower one. Yeah. Here you can see, here they have the regular expression for that, the cron expression they have used, right? If you want to run every minute, every month you want to run, or daily you want to run, or every at night 2 o'clock, at night 3 o'clock, at night 4 o'clock you want to run. So here you have to write the regular expression at that particular time. It will automatically, your execution will get started. Automatically will get executed. Okay, so this thing manually you don't have to do. In the the client will set up the build trigger, and they will use the option build periodically, and they are writing the cron expression there. In which period do you want to run? Monthly, daily basis, every night? Generally every night we are doing in the real time, like night execution is happening, right? Every night 2 o'clock, every night 3 o'clock. Here you have to write the regular expression. So guys, to understand this whole Jenkins, you have to watch, some of the recordings are available in the YouTube's and some other site. You can go and refer actually to understand the whole Jenkins concept. Okay, but this is the setup which you can do to run your collection file. Okay.
Vikash, and here you have provided one command, right? Can you explain that one? Something JUnit
Okay,
export.
basically we are running the command using the node. So the same command which we have used to run the collection, we are using same thing here. Okay, same thing here. Okay, Newman run and the collection file and minus e and your test environment and your HTML extra and for the report and Newman my report. It will create Newman folder inside that particular bin, and here if you go, किसका कॉल था देखा क्या बोल रहे अभी okay. And this Newman which I have written inside the double quote, this will create the Newman folder inside that my report .xml. It will convert your XML report into the HTML.
So why we have used
Okay.
JUnit here? JUnit reporter. JUnit.
JUnit for the reporting purpose we have used. If you go to the post action, go down here. Yeah, here we have used as a post action as a JUnit. So using JUnit, we are trying to generate the report. We are trying to build the things and generate the report. Okay.
Okay. So JUnit also should run along
Yeah,
with this.
exactly. You have to also run that one
So this
if
is
you
a
are running
standard
through the
thing,
Jenkins.
Vikas. This minus
Yeah, yeah.
reporters CLI.
Yeah, this is the standard thing. If in your project, if you are trying to set up, you just have to change the service URL, this collection URL, and your file name only. Okay, these two things you have to change. If you are using the CSV file, then you have to add the command -d and the file name, and put that file inside the bin folder if you are running through your local machine. If you are running through the GitHub project, then you have to put that CSV file into your repository. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So because
And
here
the
how
file
where we
will
have to
get
put.
created. Sorry, come again.
No. In this command here, where we have to put if we are using the CSV after this -d, and we should give the name here at the end, or
Yeah, after the environment. After the environment, I will
yeah.
provide you that command.
Yes,
Okay.
please. That would
Let me send you that command as well so that you have the reference. Let me share with you. Here I have shared the command. Okay.
okay.
You just have to change the path here because this is my directory path. Okay, if you are running in your machine, then make sure you are passing your path here. Okay.
Sir, further
So
what we have
guys,
to do,
mhm.
like further what we have to do in Jenkins, like we
So
have.
after building the project, you have to verify the report, what test case get passed, what test case get failed, and you have to communicate with the client. You have to share that report with the client, or the client will also see this report if they are using the same Jenkins or same project. Okay.
So here, after sir building the project, we came here in Jenkins. So we were to complete something here. Like,
Where?
like after building the project, we came to this part of
Mhm.
Jenkins. So anything left to complete here, or you were just explaining?
No, it's totally. If you are set up the GitHub things, then you have to set up in the the GitHub things as well. Okay, so the things which I have explained you, that is you can run in your local machine. Actually, run in your local machine. If you are running through the the Docker and the Azure, or using the GitHub, then you have to set up the things accordingly. Actually. Okay, so this is not done right now. This is sufficient if you are running in your local machine. If you are running this thing using the Docker or Azure or AWS or GitHub, then you have to set up like that actually. Okay, but the basic setup is like that.
So
Okay, so
nothing.
Vikash, in real time, this is how it happens, right? Once we set up all our collections in our Postman, and then we integrate into GitHub, export into that, and after that,
Yeah,
through
when
Jenkins.
you yeah, when you done your project, when you create the collection, what you have to do, the client will share one repository with you. So you have to clone that repository in your machine and create the folder, clone that repository, and then the command which I have explained you, that first thing, you have to get the pull, like what are the changes are there. So if you clone, then automatically it will get all the pull. So again you can run the command get pull, so that it will get all the pull. Right now you have to add your file, then you have to use the command add that file into that particular folder. Then you have to use the command git add minus all, then commit the things, then push the changes, and then you can see your changes into the GitHub. Then what you are doing, you are integrating that GitHub with the Jenkins. That you are, because your all the files are into your GitHub project, GitHub, right? Then you have to integrate the GitHub with the Jenkins. So the URL with, the repository URL, just you have to pass by selecting the option GitHub project. That's it. Nothing you have to do anything. Okay, if you are using GitHub, not any big tasks you have to do. You can, I have already explained you, so you can do in the same way. But if you are using Git, Docker, AWS, some other stuff, in that case you have to do it. This thing is generally set up by the client or the DevOps person. In the company we have the, the special person, the special role for that. The person, the role is the DevOps person. I think you have heard that, the DevOps person, right? So generally this setup is done by the DevOps person. Okay, the, the configuration stuff, this is done by the DevOps person. I think, I don't know in your project having or not. So generally, if you have the DevOps team separately, then they are doing the setup. If they don't have, then the client or the team lead, they are setting these things actually. Okay, you don't have to worry. Yeah, but for the knowledge purpose, I have explained you the high level of stuff. Okay.
Okay, so finally we present only this HTML report to client, right? What we have generated.
Yeah,
This thing.
this report
Okay.
you have to share either in the stand up whenever you have the call, in daily stand up or whatever the stand up you have. So in that stand up you can say like that we have executed this number of requests. Inside that we have added, we suppose 100 assertion, in which the 100 assertion 5 assertion get failed, and we are finding the issue, root cause behind that, what is the issue. If you have the root cause, then you can also explain the root cause. There is something functionality changes or some service is not working, right, or due to the code also. Okay.
Yes, Prakash. Thank you.
Because that Jenkins guide, that file, you also please
Yeah,
share.
that I will also share with you, the Jenkins. I will create one zip file today end of the day, where I will share the first thing, the postman collection, second thing environment file, third thing the data CSV file and the JSON file as well, and the interviews question also, that we will also discuss in the either in Saturday Sunday, next Saturday Sunday, not tomorrow, next Saturday Sunday. And the Jenkins guide and the Jenkins setup and the command and the GitHub also. Okay, these are all the things I will share inside create one zip file, and I will share all the documents. Is that fine? I will
Yes.
not individually share, so that you have also the one folder where you can get all the things. Okay.
And that's yesterday collection. Will it be fine if you could send?
Yeah, that I will, all the things I will put it here, the latest collection and environment file.
Okay. And sir, like by Postman, I'm not remembering if we have done report generation by Postman. Like
No,
simple.
using the postman you can't generate the report. You can only see the things, like using the runner. If you I think you can, let me can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, yes.
No, it's not my screen actually. So
I'm sharing. Let me stop sharing.
yeah, if you go to the run collection, if you run this collection, here you can see export result here. So this is the one thing, but you can't share like this, like in this way to the client. Agree? This is in
Yes.
your local machine, right? If you go export result, it will let me export that result. I have exported the result. I have exported that result. If you go here and go to the online class, if you go here, uh, Which file we have? This one, I think, right? So this will create one JSON file actually. The result is in the form of JSON actually. So you can't proper do the R&D here, right? So that's why we have integrated with the Jenkins and we are running through the command prompt. Okay, sir?
Okay, matlab,
Not display
that's
the HTML report. You can't generate the HTML report using the Postman. Using the Newman, you can achieve.
okay. That's the only way we can generate the report.
Yeah, that is the only way. Using the Newman, you can run your collection and generate the report.
So like, I think that skipping part that we have not done. I think.
Which
Like
skipping part?
so like yesterday we were doing commands by command prompt, Postman, Newman. So skipping, like you told that we will be also doing skipping part.
Yeah, I have explained you now. If you want to run any folder or any CSV file you want to run, and like if you want to run the things n number of times, what is skipping part? I didn't understand actually.
Like we skip, like in report we see some skipping test cases. So
Okay,
what
okay,
command?
okay. Ah, that you don't have to worry. That is mm, this one, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. How we get these
This
type
one,
of?
right?
Yes, sir.
Mm, for
Like in.
that, I have not.
Uh,
If you want to, even I have not used before, so I will check, sir. How you can skip the
yeah.
things, any assertion, actually. Okay.
In next section, if you could just give an introduction, then it'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So most probably, guys, next Saturday, Sunday, in the same time, 8:30 or 8 o'clock, we will take 1 hour, 1.5 hour session where we will explain the resume preparation, interviews question, right? And in the interview question, we will discuss all the things like what did you mean by app server, server name, proxies, right? So we will discuss all the things there. Okay.
Vikash, I'm sorry. If class is over, I was asking about that. I'm getting that assertion error, right? I have pinged you.
Yeah, you can share the screen, madam.
Okay, yeah,
So
just
yeah,
5 minutes
guys. So
after.
class is done. We can meet on next Saturday, Sunday. I will update you the date and time in this group.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Vikas.
madam. Thank
Yeah,
you, sir.
because you're able to view my
And
screen.
and one more thing. On Monday, I will start the new batch of API testing. If any of your friend interested, then let me know. Or if you want to re-attend the class, like if you are not if you continuously attend the class, then you don't have to attend. If you miss the class, then you can attend that batch also. Okay.
Hello. Yeah, because you're able to view my screen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because yeah, that's what actually this is the request I created. Yesterday I
Mhm.
was getting error like assertion error, but now when I send, I'm getting like I could not send request. I don't know why.
Okay. Can you go and check the response? Where is the server response?
So that is what I don't know why it is not coming. For other request, all right, it is coming.
Madam, give me a second. The URL which you are using, base URL and the resource, it's showing in the red color.
Oh,
So make sure you have selected the correct environment,
oh, I'm sorry.
or
That is the
that
problem.
particular environment is.
Yes, Vikash, I have chosen the wrong environment. That is the problem. Let me save and yes. Now I got it. It is creating successfully, Vikash. I could see the good correct status, but this is the issue I'm getting. Could see right
Okay.
assertion error. expected.
SSN. Okay, let's try to
Yeah.
response code dot equal to, and you have parsed the thing. Give me a second, and response body. Okay, set. Can you console the wrap code?
Yeah, I have done. I've done like crepcode.me.
Only use wrap code, not
Okay.
dot.
Okay.
Okay, and remove the lower one. Remove the lower one.
Okay. I'll just comment it.
Okay, otherwise fine. Leave it. Leave it. No problem. We don't have any issue. Okay.
Okay.
Now try to console and send.
Oh, I didn't save it. That's fine. Let me save it.
Now
Okay.
call.
Yeah. I'll open
Now
the
if you go
console.
to the console, here you can see the response which you are getting metadata. Here you can see.
One second. I think I clicked the new window for your easy
Okay,
reference.
no problem. No problem. It's loading. Yeah. So here you can see at the top meta. This one is right.
Yeah. The latest one will be on up, Vikash, or at the
No,
beginning?
it
I
is
should.
down at the bottom.
Okay.
The
Then
latest,
this is the thing. This is the
right?
latest.
So expand the console.log. This one meta thing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So this